Hey, how's everyone doing today? It is Berkfamily54comics. I am Steve. Welcome back to another edition of our Powered Up Comic Book Reviews. Thursday night chat. As always, I have two of my best friends joining me, as they always do. First up, let's bring in Ryan Pond, also known as New Guy. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Excited to be here. Excited to talk about some comics. So let's get into it.
Nice. And joining us, he's back. He's back. Dustin from 2BrothersComics. What's up, dude?
Glad to be back. What's going on, guys? Sorry for my absence.
No problem at all. I completely understand. There's a lot going on with everyone and people getting sick and all sorts of stuff. So I completely understand. I'm happy to see both of you guys again here joining me this week. And yeah, I'm excited to talk some comic books. Immortal Big Track says, "What's up?"
What's up, man? I am actually next Friday. I believe Biggie is the Hunt heavyweight champion right now, which means next Friday, you're mine, dude.
Oh, it's going down. Meet me at the what is it called again?
The Hunt.
Meet me at the Hunt. It's going down.
Channel.
Nice. Dustin Corona confirmation.
Nope. We had a scare, but no. I did think I was dying for a minute there, though. I was having bad issues, but I'm good. Nice.
So I appreciate. There's only a couple people in this chat. Hopefully, a few more jump in here. I'm sure they will. This is kind of a crazy time for comic books right now. We got, some stores not like going to be selling books here for a while. They sold some books this week, and I think they can next week. I'm not for sure. Some places can, some places can't. So it's kind of a crazy time in comic books in general. I was not able to go to the comic book store this week, but I was able to read some books digitally. So at this point is usually when we talk about what books we grabbed or we're going to grab. Ryan also did not get a chance to grab any books this week, but I know my dude Dustin has a fat stack of books he's going to show off. So let's let him do that. Dustin, go ahead and show us what you got, brother.
All right. So I got my full pull for this week and some of last week's pull because last week was Power Rangers Ninja Turtles, which is always expensive for me. So I left a couple books in my pull for last week. But for this week, I got Once and Future #7, which was one of my favorite reads this week. So I got the A cover, and my shop being so awesome made sure that they got me hooked up with the thank you variant, I think is what they're calling it, one per store.
That is sick.
Yeah, that thing looks so good. And this story, it was an awesome comeback issue. I was super happy that we got another issue and we got another story arc, and it didn't disappoint. So Folklords #5, cover A.
Nice.
And the FOC variant. So I got those. Of course, I got Power Rangers 49. Couldn't let this one sit on the shelf, so had to grab that.
Nice. That's beautiful.
I wish I'll trade you, man, this nice shiny one for that really dull plain one you have.
No.
This is my first one of these books. I've never bought one before. I did not care for the show when it was super popular. I started watching it really late. Picked up the $1 Comics Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
So give those a shot. I'm giving this book a shot for second issue here. I picked up Alienated #2. I'm hoping that it starts getting better for me. I got On the Stump #2. Loved the first issue. Super cool series. If you guys aren't reading that, that's a really cool series to be reading.
Chuck Brown.
Yep. Yeah, I loved it. Picked up Wolverine issue #2.
Nice.
And because I went ahead and picked up #2, oh, and of course I had to get the A cover because the greatest supervillain of all time, Sabretooth, on the cover. So
Sabretooth Tiger.
because I got number 2, I went ahead and bit the bullet and picked up issue number 1. I still hadn't bought one yet, so I finally picked up issue number 1.
Nice.
And this is getting into a little bit of last week's stuff, but I got the Resistance. I was super pumped about that, and everybody's been talking about it, so can't wait to get into that one. Batman 91, I got both covers. Undiscovered Country number 5, I got both covers.
Dude, you spent some money.
Just wait. Something's Killing the Children. Can't wait to get into that one. And I had issue number 1, and I've been looking for issue number 2 and so forth, but found issue 2 and 3 of Basket Full of Heads. Super excited to get on those because issue number 1 was awesome. Magic Lasso, if you're still in here, look at it. There you go, brother. I got that for you. So, next time I get ready to ship some stuff out, I will send that to you. And one more thing. So as me and Nick have been talking a lot lately about what's going on right now and shops having a lot of hard times, we've been, and a lot of people have saying, if there's any way you can, if you've seen a book in your shop, on the back wall or something, that you've been looking at, if you've got the extra cash, man, now's a great time to go ahead and buy that if you can, because it's going to help your shop out. And I did that this week, and they ended up giving me a good deal actually on it, and I was super pumped about it. And I got Fantastic Four issue 112, Hulk and the Thing. I believe this is the second fight, and this thing is so clean. There's not a fine tip on this black cover. I mean, it is super, super clean.
That is
Love
sick,
it.
dude.
So super pumped about that.
Nice.
And yeah, I don't know if you guys caught the live stream yesterday. I was at my shop, and this goes for you guys too. You two guys, let me know. I went live and was showing everybody the books in the store, and I was picking books up for people. If you saw, if there's something
I was on for just like a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something you couldn't get your hands on, and something you really got to have, if you're willing to, just let me send you an invoice for the book's price and pay the shipping. If my store's got it, I'll pick it up for you and I'll get it shipped out to you. So, Steve, Ryan, if you guys have anything you're wanting, and anybody in the chat, let me know.
Is that your hunt book? Woo!
If I told you now, then you'd have time to prepare.
That's right, right? I don't know what happened to Ryan. I'm sure he'll jump back in here. He's on his phone, so that's fine. Oh, here he is.
That'd be a hard one to beat, though, Biggie.
That would be a hard one to beat. I'm gonna wait till something's going on here. Ryan's saying, "Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's working. Now it's working." Really quickly, Dustin, did you get all of the covers again for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT number 4?
Yeah, I got all of them except for, and I don't know what the ratio variant it was. The FOC cover, they did a black and white sketch cover for that one. I think it was like a 1 in 50, and I did not pick that one up, and I really wasn't that interested in it. And I actually, at the store, they didn't get any 1 per store variants last week for anything. And I helped them unpack the boxes, so I knew they didn't get it. And so I didn't get it. But there's a guy on Facebook that also is as crazy as I am, and he buys all the covers for that series. And I mentioned on Facebook when he showed his, I was like, man, my shop didn't get that one this month, so I don't know if I'll get it. And dude hooked me up, and he sent me a copy of it. So I did get the Michelangelo holding the White Ranger helmet for the 1 per store. So I did end up with all of them again.
Nice. Sorry, I was looking for my comic books that came out last week to show off that amazing TMNT Power Rangers cover again, because that cover is insanely awesome.
At FOC?
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And my shop still got some. I know there was people that didn't get a hold of that. I know my shop's got at least one, and they have it for cover price. And then I saw one at another shop today for cover price. So if anybody didn't get that FOC cover, I've got it in here, I believe. Yeah, this one here is this is the one you're talking about, right?
Dude, yes. Hold on. Let me put you full screen.
Yeah.
That cover is the best cover
Yeah.
in the entire series.
I still have access to these for cover price. So if anybody didn't get a copy and wants one, let me know.
I can't believe how awesome that cover is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It really beat. It made the last FOC cover look like trash, which didn't need a whole lot of help because it was just poorly drawn. That was the one where all the power, where Billy looked like he looked like Fat Flash stuffed into a Power Rangers costume.
Right. Really quickly before we go on, I do want to say hi to everyone in chat. We got Captain Comics, we got Backseat Driver, we got Corey. Like I said in the chat, if I find another Batman 89, I'll ship it to you. But I can't guarantee anything, but I'll look. I'm more Big as Shaq, Magic Lasso, Phil. Lots of good peaks. Also, do you want to show off really quickly my giveaway again? For those that have not entered yet, you have until April 11th. You can win this bad boy, this Deathstroke 33, CGC 96 variant by Francesco Mattina. All you got to do is go to my 700 and 800 subscriber giveaway video. The how to enter is in the description of the video. You can do a video entry for 3 entries or a comment entry for 1. So, hey, dude, you just what's up, man? Nemesis Prime is in here, man. Hey, did you see the video I did where I mentioned you? Because I talked to you about it. I don't know if you watched it yet, but we're talking about different types of collectors. So I did mention you, Nemesis Prime. Absolutely, Tori, no problem at all. So now that we've showed off all of the books, what book do you guys want? I guess we should start with Power Rangers because I guess that's the only one we've all read this week. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Ryan, did you read it digitally?
Yeah, I got it on Comixology.
Yep, me too. Cool. All right, so we're going to be talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 49. I read it first because I got on yesterday at like noon. Well, I think both of you guys were at work. Oh, that's for Lasso?
Yep. He asked me for it yesterday, and I had one.
Oh. So I read it first yesterday on Comixology, and the book did not match up with the preview for it. Now I know that happens quite a bit, but man, I was hoping. I don't know if I feel like the script must have changed. That's why the
Yeah, because aren't the previews submitted like 6 months before? And so a lot of times they haven't even wrote the issue or anything.
So that's what I felt like happened. So I don't know. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. Dustin looks like he's about to say something. Dustin, what do you got?
I got a few things. And I know I've already talked a lot. So if you don't want me to go first, that's fine.
No, go ahead. I'm eating a snack while you're doing this.
Oh, you're gonna put me full screen too?
Yep.
So I know you guys have both been real big fans of this Necessary Evil storyline. I think it's been cool, but I do think it's been the weakest storyline so far out of this series. And I know I'm probably in the minority on that, but this issue right here, I really didn't. I kind of feel like to me this issue, and hopefully maybe you guys can change my mind, but I feel like this issue right here was kind of a throwaway issue. I feel like we could have not had this issue right here in this storyline and nothing would have changed. We wouldn't have felt like we really missed anything. I do see what you were saying, because I know they were talking about a big reveal supposed to be happening, and there was no big reveal here. So there was that, and every time I read Mighty Morphin lately, I think the artwork is what's throwing it off for me more and more every time, because it's so far. Do you guys agree that this is nowhere near the same kind of artwork we were getting in the first?
I hated the artwork in this book.
Yeah,
I hated it. It looked
did
way
you guys
too
notice?
for me.
Yeah. Did you notice that they mixed Rocky? They put Rocky's head on Jason's body in one of the panels. Did you guys?
I did not notice that.
Did you catch it, Ryan?
No, I didn't.
I mean, and
But
I may
I'm
be
pretty sure I
completely
know
wrong.
what panel you're talking about, though.
Yeah, look. Tell me what panel. I'll look it up real quick.
So it's the panel where Jason and
Whenever they
Tommy
go to
are.
fight.
It's morphin time,
Yeah.
and it's right when the other Rangers show up. And this is the page right here.
Yeah.
So if you look, Rocky is in the group above. He's with the group right above that panel. If you look at Rocky's head and then you look at Jason's head on the bottom panel there, they look exactly identical. I mean, it looks Rocky.
They're both
Rocky?
wearing the same shirt.
Rocky. No, because if you look, Jason's shirt has the red stripe going over the shoulder with the white collar. Rocky's shirt has got the big white stripe going all the way down the shoulder, and you can see the hand morpher, the Omega
You're
morpher
right.
on his hand. So, I mean,
Well, unless that is actually,
it's supposed to be Jason, but
I'm
the
saying it's
likeness
supposed
is
to be
so
Jason.
much. Do I?
It is supposed to be Jason.
Right. And if you flip back a page, well, I guess it'd be 2 pages, and you look at Jason, like you can see the difference. But I don't know. To me, especially having Rocky in the panel above it, they looked absolutely identical there, and that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I mean, okay, they had a really nice splash page.
I was going to say this splash page.
The splash page was cool.
Yeah.
Now, when you get to this was a mess to me. This was a mess.
Dude, okay, you know what the biggest mess, in my opinion, is those Zords. Okay, that I did like that, actually. I hate the Zords of the Omega Rangers. They're awful.
Yeah, agreed. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm overcritical of this series because I want to like it so much, but
right.
And I thought they should have come up with something a little cooler for the Tiger Zord when he's going through space. Then he's just, hanging out.
Looks like a tiger.
Right. Like,
yeah.
So we just got a big.
Filmed the toy.
Right.
I don't know. For me, I think it worked a little bit better. But you are looking at you see it especially in the artwork, but the Necessary Evil storyline has definitely evolved into less Power Rangers and more big battle anime. At least that's what I've always heard it called. So like your Dragon Ball Z, your Dragon Ball Super, One Punch Man, these animes that really like draw out the tension, and there's a lot of talking, a lot of dramatic building in between each, even punch, much less the whole fight, And it's about that kind of like a thriller. It's supposed to build the tension scene after scene, episode after episode, until the final fight is just like bigger and larger than life. And that's definitely the style they've taken with the Necessary Evil stuff. And I don't disagree. I do feel like there was a lot of fluff to this issue. Nothing that happened of consequence. I think that's where it misses, because if they were doing big battle anime kind of stuff, like, it works based on raising the stakes every episode. And this issue did not really raise the stakes in any way. If we had found out something powerful was on the other side of that gate, and then they get attacked right at the end, and there's a threat that the gate might be destroyed and they can't get there, that would have helped raise the stakes that there's something building tension in this issue. But there was nothing. It was pretty fluffy.
Right. And to know that, so we issue 50 is supposed to technically be the end of the story arc, correct?
It is.
So you would think leading up to the final issue of the story arc,
there would be a bigger cliffhanger than there was.
That they would want to give us and leave us with something.
Mm-hmm.
And and I even saw Ryan Parrott. Apparently, somebody really got under his skin on.
I saw the tweet
on Twitter.
too.
He was just pissed about. Somebody said they hated his book and hated him, and I'm like, yeah, okay, there's no reason to hate the man that wrote it. Like, that's fine. Hate his book, but you don't have to I hate you because you messed up my book.
Yeah, for sure.
People are not enjoying this, and they're not good with it, and it's not just us that are having issues with it. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely been hit or miss. I feel like it's especially on the writing part, it has a lot to do with chasing a style that it's a really cool style, but it's incredibly difficult to pull off. And I don't know that he's hit those beats properly on every issue, and so it does leave a little bit to be desired out of it. But I definitely see that big battle tournament style trying to push through. So I don't know, could be an experiment gone wrong.
There was something interesting there was two things that I really liked in the book. I will say that. There are two things that I really liked. I'll go full screen here. So one of them was when Tommy said, this is the reason I was given the white light. And he wanted to take back the fight to Dane, who basically beat his butt the very first time. And he holds his own pretty well until, I don't even know what hits Rocky. What was that? Some black something.
And apparently
that's from the first fight.
They said not again.
Yeah, it's from the first time that they fight Dane.
That's what
the first thing he does. Rocky is like wild and willing to leap without looking. So whenever he shows up the first time, Rocky like lunges at him with the sword, and he just throws that black liquid and it like goes over his mask, and he can't see.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if that had happened in the first time they met him, but I assumed that we had seen it before when they said, "Oh, not again."
I did.
Yeah, first encounter.
Like Tommy was able to get some sort of revenge, but there was also something that Dane said that caught my attention, where he says, "I have a contract to fulfill," or "I need to get up for a contract." And that reminds me of, I think it was Lord Zed, right? That asked him to go and take out Power Rangers. And we haven't seen Lord Zed for a while. So I think Dustin is right. I do think that is who we're going to get back in issue 50, which we thought we'd get in issue 49. So
that does sound accurate.
Now, something else that I noticed, and I could just be reading into it too much, but it was just a little too convenient that Ryan is writing the Turtles Power Rangers and where that's at right now, and he's also writing this.
They're both at the very, like,
in this panel here, you see here, Jason's like, or Billy says, okay, so Jason's talking about, we need to move in quiet, stealthy, undetected, and, of course, immediately, Kaya finds them. And
exact same thing happened in TMNT Power Rangers #4. They want to get in there stealthy, and it doesn't happen.
Right, and
someday we'll learn to be
her name. The Yellow Ranger's name?
Trini?
No, Aisha. Aisha says, "Yeah, someday we got to actually learn how to become ninjas." And in last week's issue of Turtle Power Rangers, Splinter is explaining to them on how to be a ninja and use the shadows and that. So I was like, that's, like I said, I could be reading into it too much.
I did think that there was a missed opportunity there in issue 4 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT when I talked about becoming Ninja Rangers, which they do become in the movie and in the series.
Yeah.
There was a missed opportunity to go into that for sure. Now, obviously, it happens later when Tommy's the White Ranger. So I totally get all that. And it's a different team, but I still feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Could be a second run of it though, volume 2 or whatever.
Later, you're right.
That would be a great follow-up because now they've learned to be ninjas, so they got their own ninja clothes.
Yep, that's true. That is true. To fight the flip.
Yeah, that's another 5 issues they can sell us. So.
Right.
And I would buy the crap out of it because I will say overall it's been the best series that Ryan Parrott has written.
And now we have to wait who knows how long to get issue 50 of this and the last
issue 5
Power Rangers, which I'm almost okay about with that one because that just means I don't have to spend $80 on one series again next month.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad about it for sure. Not gonna lie.
I was definitely looking forward to that 1 in 25 cover for issue 50. That was the trading card variant with the Green Ranger on it.
Oh, yeah.
Ordered, and my shop got me a copy, but who knows when I get those. So, but yeah, hopefully issue 50 will give us something to feel like, you know, we because right now I just feel like, you know, the last 9 issues have just really been for what at this point, because, you know, we haven't even gotten an inkling of what we're, you know, it's something big going to happen, or what is there going to be a big payoff at the end in issue 50. So I really hope that when we do get issue 50, that it's really a big deal and something that, you know, we feel like we're actually getting a payoff.
I have 2 questions for you guys. 2 big questions.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, where did the Ranger Slayer go? And number 2, will the Omega Rangers continue to be used in a Mighty Morphin series, or will they focus back on the main 6 Rangers?
See, I want to say, I don't know. I would like to see Jason, Trini, and Zach revert back to the original Rangers and continue on from there. But because I don't really care for the way that they've portrayed Rocky and Aisha and Adam.
No, they have not gotten their due, for sure.
Yeah, they've been really an afterthought. Aisha seems really whiny a lot, and she seems like she complains a lot, which that is not her character. But, you know, I think a lot of the characters here have not been, you know, utilized as the way the character was actually portrayed in the show. But I don't know. I mean, if they could figure out a way to make it work to bring the Omega Rangers back, that'd be cool. I have no idea where the Ranger Slayer went, though. I wouldn't even know where to start. I think Ryan probably has a better idea, though.
What do you think, Ryan?
I'm cooking.
On the Ranger Slayer, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of questions there. I wonder if that wasn't going to be filled in with the one shot.
The Ranger Slayer, you're right.
Yeah, because, you know, Usagi Yojimbo, they're doing these color classics, and so they're taking all the original stories and they're reprinting them. And but back then, the original Usagi stories, he was only writing like 8 pages or something. It was like a backup story in another book or something. And so whenever they do those now, he writes pages in between those, like 16 pages. It'll be 2 stories, 2 8-page original stories. And then he fills it out to like 20 or 22 pages or whatever with extra story that basically just weaves an actual story together through all of that, you know? And so, I don't know. I could see something like that where we get a bunch of stuff that's going to like leave off, and then maybe that story will be filled in, because we know this one shot, it's a lot of recycled material from Go-Go as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're going to write original Ranger material for her to like fill in and connect those stories woven together like that, you know, so there's new material in there, so we'll all want to read it as well. But it tells a full story using a lot of like already used material, you know.
Yeah. I have some theories. Okay? I have some theories. Really quickly, do you think Mega Rangers are going to continue or no?
Yeah. On that, I've long said I think the plan has been to spin out another Ranger series, and I can see Omega Rangers definitely being that new series. I know they're canceling Go-Go, but I don't think that they're going to only do one Ranger series. I think they're dropping Go-Go so they can put something new there.
That is a good thought. I agree. I think they're going to keep them along with the Ranger Slayer, and maybe find another person to be the Blue Ranger. Maybe it's Ninjor. Who knows? Okay, so here's my theories on where the Ranger Slayer is going. She's either going to go get Draken, or Tommy at some point in time. Tommy, basically, from either this universe or another universe. She's going to go get, what is the good guy in Power Rangers SPD that's from the same planet as Dane? What is that guy's name?
Doggy Kruger.
Yeah, Doggy Kruger is one of the people that I think she could get. What about Matt? What about her ex-boyfriend, Matt, from before she started dating Tommy?
I I do know Ryan Perot had tweeted not too long ago. Oh, whenever he was saying, I'm bored or whatever, ask questions. And somebody did ask about Matt Cook, and he did say we will see him again. So he is on the horizon.
Everything he does for a reason. Like, he does a really good job of like keeping characters around, even when they're gone. So I do think there's a reason why he's still around. So those are my top picks: Doggy Kruger, Tommy, or Matt. Those are and obviously Lord Zed.
Now I had one more theory.
Go ahead.
And I didn't say it because it really, I don't know. It sounds really far-fetched. No. You're going to have to take me off full screen for this. Because I need you. You're part of this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, yeah, they're going to bring in Steve Berkman. And, So, we keep hearing Kaya talk about Tommy. Every time she sees Tommy, she talks about, maybe you are one of the good ones, but it's only a matter of time, before you change or whatever. But she always talks about that there's multiple Tommies.
Yep.
So what if this big reveal is to your left?
The Green Ranger? Dude, that would be amazing. I'd be so happy. Like, so happy.
I mean, like I said, it's really far-fetched, but how cool would that be to have Green Ranger Tommy and White Ranger Tommy in there?
Oh my God, dude, I'd be so happy. And maybe you're right. Maybe that is why they picked issue 49 to be the Green Ranger, because
and 50 is the Green Ranger trading card variant.
For issue 50, you mean?
Yeah.
I could see what you're saying. I did say Tommy. I was not thinking Green Ranger, but dude, that would be amazing. Green Ranger and White Ranger Tommy. Oh my gosh. That would be amazeballs, man.
No, that would absolutely
talk about this, dude. I'm gonna tweet him right now and ask him if he wants to join.
That would make all of the Tommy Oliver hate club fan members absolutely just burn their Power Rangers comics forever. But for people like us, that would be cool.
That would rebalance the force, right? They took him out of all the other stuff, so now they're going to double down.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Make up for the lack of his presence.
Because everyone wants Tommy and the Green Ranger Tommy all the time. And hey, John, what's up, John? How's it going?
Hey.
Paul, what's up? I don't know how to say the rest of it. Gene, Paul, Ace, Peter, aka GPAP. What's up? We're talking Power Rangers. Issue 49, theories. So I would be down with that. I would be really down with it.
I didn't think it'd be hard to convince you.
No. Green Ranger is the best. Pew, 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 pew.
It's going to be interesting because, I don't know how this is going to affect everything, one, this is a big time for a cliffhanger, so I doubt they had time to correct that before it went out to print and everything, so that kind of leaves them in a weird spot, and then will they have time to go back and change number 50, getting the feedback on 49 and all that? So it'll be interesting to see what happens when all of this calms down and we get back to normal and see how that's really affected this whole thing.
I would say there's no way that they've printed it already, because it was supposed to be the next month, and now they're already going to be a couple months behind. We can talk all day about when comic books will probably go back out again, probably June. I'm thinking June or July.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see too.
Yeah, I mean the last panel, we see I can't ever remember the guy's name that's in the Omega
Garrison box.
Garrison. We see Garrison beating the tar out of Trini, and it almost seemed like you just see her crushed in helmet, and I'm sitting here thinking you better not kill Trini off, because that is such bad form, bro. That is bad form to the max. I mean, cannot, and it that was the first thing I thought.
And Zach too.
Well, I think first Zach and then Trini. And I think that's kind of a trope of big battle anime. You're going to end in the issue. That was, I think that was supposed to be the stakes raising, was right at the end there, like, oh yeah, and guess what? They may potentially be dead. You know, that's when Gohan dove out and saved Vegeta from getting blasted away, you know. You come back from that and you're just like, is he alive? Is he dead? What happened, you know? But it just didn't hit the way it was supposed to. Like, the emotional beat was there, but it didn't hit. And that was kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with him killing off, you know, any of the other Rangers, but I just feel like training.
Not training.
Yeah, that's tough.
You cannot kill off that training.
Well, you know, and he used that cliffhanger like 1 or 2 issues ago, whenever they're out in space, and what's his name, Cleonidas or whatever, and blasted the ship, and we weren't sure if they were alive or dead in space. So that's. I don't know. Maybe that's why it didn't hit, is because we've already been through the are they dead or not cliffhanger.
Yeah. It amazes me how you're able to remember so much of these, like the people's names and stuff.
Dude,
I read so many books.
Like I have a walking encyclopedia of the Power Rangers. Dude, every time we go to talk about it, he says he reads the book like 3 times. So
yeah.
Everything. He's really good about that stuff, man.
Well, my rule is twice. I need to read it twice because I'm very like antsy when I'm reading. Like every page turn they give me, I'm just so excited. Like I'll speed read it the first time and then I'll go back a second time and I'll catch everything that I missed. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I did read it twice. I read it again an hour ago just to make sure. I guess an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, to make sure that I got it all. And like I said, I caught a lot more the second time than I did the first time. Like actually, the very first time I remember reading it. I thought all those bad people that were shooting the Zords, I thought they were flying through the Zords like Captain Marvel versus actually shooting them.
Yeah.
Because I was able to look at the art a little bit better, which we could talk about that in a whole nother thing about all those people, the attachment to the Morphin Grid. Which are we going to see the Morphin Masters next issue?
Yeah, I really felt like that would have been a great cliffhanger for this issue. Was like the gate opens up and we see their silhouettes or something, and you know, we know that that's where it's headed. I don't know. The cliffhanger they gave us just really didn't deliver the way it needed to.
Well, and like it, Z says that he's unsure if Kaya knows how to use that gate or not, and that makes me think that gate can lead anywhere in space and time, and she can go get anyone she wants, which makes me think that's why we're thinking the Green Power Ranger.
And I wonder if the emissary cape is going to have anything to do with giving her the knowledge of knowing how to use it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely could be something that I could see, you know, being thrown in there too. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, appreciate it. John actually made this. I appreciate it.
Dude, I told him it was Fly. I said, that's so Fly.
But I feel like we got a bigger cliffhanger at the end of issue. What was it? Issue 40 or 41, where we just saw the, like you said, Ryan, that we got the silhouettes of 3 people standing there and we didn't know what that was going to be. It ended up being the Omega Rangers. But, you know, that was the biggest cliffhanger so far. That was the most excited I've been for this series, that, you know, at this point. So, yeah, I think I'm more interested than excited for the next issue at this point, which kind of makes me kind of like sad because I want to like it so much, but right now I'm just buying it just to hoping that it gets better.
Yeah. I don't know. In my experience, Ryan Perot, he usually sticks the landing really well, much better than a lot of writers. That's a big weakness for a lot of writers, and he almost always sticks the landing, but it has felt meandering, and I don't know. I get really mixed up with the 2 timelines between Go-Go and Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, I don't know. I mean, I think they should have just, like, Forever Rangers, that's the end of Go-Go. It's a 20-issue run. It's a complete story. And then Necessary Evil should have just been straight Mighty Morphin and then spin out your second series, you know? But it's confusing when you're dealing with the Mighty Morphin team, the new one, plus you have the Go-Go team out there, the original Rangers, and you have all the stuff with the Omega Rangers in there. You're looking at 3 different teams and trying to keep it all straight in different time. It gets really confusing, you know? It's just too much. They should have dropped Go-Go at the end of 20 with the Forever Rangers finale.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm still reading Go-Go. I've I've not picked up the trade for Volume 3 yet. I actually have yet to find it. I mean, I could order it online, but I hate ordering stuff online.
Me
So
too.
I'm still running around. When I go to different shops, I'll look for it and see if I can find it. But
How many have you read? 2 of them? 3
I
of
read
them?
volumes 1 and 2, and then I picked up
And that collects what issue?
25.
So this should be like the first 8 issues. So you're probably still like just now leaving Angel Grove, huh?
Yeah, I don't even think they've left yet. So,
Okay.
and then I picked up in issue 25 when I started doing the show with you guys, just so I could, so I've got the beginning and the end, so I'm still working towards the meat in the middle. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so much so far.
Go-Go is like all about characters. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I enjoyed the first 16 issues of Mighty Morphin. First 17, I guess, 0 through 17, the most of any of them. Though I do think Forever Rangers is an amazing, amazing book. But I do think
was it oversized?
Green Ranger. What's that?
Was it oversized?
Yes, it was. It was like $7.99.
Oh yeah, it was a 32 page, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
But I just think, obviously, I'm a big Green Ranger fan. So since he was basically kind of the focal point for the first 17 issues, and bringing in Draken at that point, it was really an exciting time in a Power Rangers universe. Not saying Necessary Evil isn't as exciting, but I guess right at the beginning when you get to Green Ranger and all of that, and he's dealing with it, I just felt like that was a really cool starting point. Now, obviously, those books were why we have Go-Go, and that's why we have Necessary Evil now. It did so well. So obviously, everyone's going to like the beginning more than the middle or the end. But I just feel like that was probably the best time for Power Rangers. So.
Well, yeah, I feel like Kyle Higgins at that point was like really doing a lot of really cool world building and universe building, and I think that's what set up like so much of what came out of all of that. Go-Go, they didn't have to define what Angel Grove was or what it felt like in this comic book universe because that had already been pulled off by Kyle Higgins on Mighty Morphin.
Yep.
But I do feel like his characters weren't as well developed individually. They worked a lot more as a team, as one big amorphous kind of character. And I feel like he kind of faltered there at the end. Like he didn't really know how to wrap it up and tie off all the emotional beats at the end after the big fight was done.
We did talk about how the ending of Shattered Grid was one of the worst possible ways to end the series. Like that was the dumbest, worst issue ever, which is sad because every issue up to that was pretty darn good. And that was just a bad way to end it. It felt like he didn't know how to end it. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was actually a really good example of stake raising with every issue. Like that run up to the end of Shattered Grid was just like incredible. It built so much tension and drama, and I was waiting for every issue after that. And it did. Just like at the end, it's like he was like, I don't know how to raise the stakes anymore, and it just kind of collapsed at that point for me.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing was the fact that we got our first ever. And we really got 2. We got our first ever Ranger characters that were not created by Saban or out of the show that was created and came straight out of the comic books, and that gave the comic books credibility at that point, and that's something that that Kyle Higgins did that nobody, no matter how bad Shattered Grid was, that last issue. I mean, he did something huge there, and if nothing else, I mean, you got to give him every prop in the world for that, because that is a character that I think will continue to be a staple from here on out. I mean, it was such a big deal. I mean, when's the last time you had that big of a deal over a Power Ranger character that was new? I would say not since we got Green Ranger Tommy in the 90s. I mean. So, I think he did develop, long-standing characters in Ranger Slayer, and did he create Ranger Slayer, or was that Ryan?
Ryan Parrott created Ranger Slayer.
Okay,
Ryan Parrott and
created Dragon.
Dan Mora. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, and she doesn't get the same level as Draken, but she's still pretty cool. But
Oh,
I mean,
she's very popular. Yeah.
Very
they're
popular,
definitely both going to be long-standing staples in the series for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
would
cool
love
that they
a
were able to
Draken.
create something that don't even exist in the Sentai of it, because
Right.
even in the show they were crossing multiple seasons together to get like the White Ranger in there and stuff. So to see them be able to create something completely outside of even the Sentai and still like walk away with something that feels part of all of that, like it still works,
Yep.
That's the crazy part. That's what I think is kind of cool about and then Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom that are doing Ultraman for Marvel.
Yep.
And so that's another opportunity to see him take, apparently a really solid understanding of like Japanese Sentais and what are they called? Kotaksus or whatever, the live action stuff,
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off too, because I think he understands that kind of culture very well.
You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about for Power Rangers before we move on?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So normally we'd talk about a second book and then a third book each. I'm going to talk some Flash really quick, and then Ryan's going to talk some God Country, and I've read it, and it's amazing. He didn't get to finish it, but he can talk about what he thought of it so far, and Dustin's going to talk. I think you said you're going to talk some Folklords?
I'm gonna do. I got two, so I'm just gonna kind of do a very short synopsis on two of them, if that's
Okay.
allowed.
Yeah, that's fine, man. Ryan, have you gotten to read any of the Flash 750 through 752 yet?
No, I haven't got to catch up.
Okay.
Damn, are we on 752?
We're on 752.
Good Lord, I haven't missed 3 issues. Okay, I got time now, though, so,
751 were back-to-back weeks, and then there was a week in between, and then 752. So we've had 3 books in the last 4 weeks.
Oh, okay, so I don't feel that bad. But that's weird.
So basically, I read this digitally. Basically, let me see if I can pull this up. What's happening is the Flash. He is. So, did you get to read the origin Paradox at all, Ryan?
Yeah, I read that issue. That was right before 750.
Okay, so basically, the Flash is trapped in that Paradox area.
Oh, okay.
And he figures out that area is what's killing all those people that were there and making them all like disformed and everything. And that's why he wears a suit that he's wearing, is because that suit is supposed to protect him. So the Flash actually creates his own suit, kind of like the movie suit, honestly, worn by Ezra Miller. And then he figures out that he needs to go and find the Reverse Flash, and that's kind of the ending of it. Is that he's like, I'm trying to figure out how to get the Reverse Flash's help, but I don't want his help. But I do. He's like, I know that there's always one place in time that I could always find a Reverse Flash, and that is the night that he killed his mom, obviously. So that's how it ends. But in the middle, you do get a little bit of Godspeed talking to Paradox and telling him basically, just wait till the Flash comes back, because the Flash always comes back and he always wins. So I thought it was pretty good. I really like the issue. I do like both covers, cover A and cover B. Cover B's kind of cool. Hey, Comic Man Andy, what's up, brother? We talked Power Rangers for about 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes. Now we're just going to be talking a couple of different books individually here. I was just talking Flash 752. I thought it was really good. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10 just because I know it's a filler issue, but it was still really good by Joshua Williamson. He's been killing it. John is still in here. Great to see you guys. Yeah, good to see you too, man. So if you can jump back into Flash, Ryan, I think you'd like it because it's still really good. And yeah,
I got some extra free time on my hands coming up, so I'll definitely dig into it.
Might as well. Dustin, do you want to go next, or Ryan, do you want to go next?
Let Ryan go. I feel like I've been talking too much already. So
okay, all right. Ryan's gonna talk the first 3 issues of God Country, and I know that my dude John is a big indie comic fan as well. And both of these guys, Dustin and Ryan, are both indie comic fans, but neither one of them have read the entire series of God Country. Now, obviously, I have the trade, which is, I think it, like I said before, I think it is the single best. Hey, what's up, Hella Comics? I think it is the single best individual, like, independent comic run outside of Ninja Turtles Power Rangers. God Country is great. Top 3 Kates. Yes.
I had that in my hands today. I almost picked it up, but I was like,
dude, I would send you mine, but I like it too much to send because I want to read it again.
Oh, I'll pick it up.
It's 6 issues, right?
5.
It's only 5?
I think it's only 5. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Maybe it might be 6. Let me look. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I've read the first 3 issues, which means the 3rd issue ends with, and I guess this is totally spoilers, but it ends whenever he drops the sword and disappears. So everything leading up to that it's really good. It reminds me of I know it's obvious because he quotes him right at the beginning, but Cormac McCarthy, he has this sense of West Texas and like what the how to like pull that tone into a story. It's just I've known a lot of people like him.
Sorry, go on.
My great grandfather, he passed away from Alzheimer's when I was pretty young. But the visits I do remember, he was like the grandpa in this story, very angry and lost and confused.
You're right, it is 6 issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm exactly halfway, I think. So, yeah, and then I had another grandpa passed away in 2017, and he had Alzheimer's for about 2 or 3 years, so he wasn't totally gone, but he passed away in 2017. So, I know that personality type, like they're lost, they're angry, they're confused. People are frustrated with them because they don't know who they are or where they're at. And so then they get frustrated with themselves because they understand they're frustrating people, but they don't remember how to fix it, And so that's just like captured and channeled so perfectly through the main character. I guess through the grandpa, I wouldn't necessarily call him the main character. But like I said, it has a lot of the Cormac McCarthy staples. Like the grandpa is a man that can just like focus and like pretend like everything's normal when it's all chaos around him. The granddaughter is kind of his staple to this universe, but he doesn't really truly know or understand her. So that's kind of another staple of like Cormac McCarthy style storytelling, the angry son. So it definitely like fits a lot of classic writing and like, to be able to replicate that in such a way, but like turn it into a whole nother medium as well. It's incredibly impressive. I'm excited to see where the story goes. It definitely digs on legends and that kind of back material. So it's a lot of fun to read just because it's like bringing in these gods and stuff in West Texas where if you've ever been there whenever a thunderstorm rolls in, like that's kind of what it's like. It changes the whole mood,
Yep.
So it's just like really cool when the gods start showing up, the way they fight and everything. Like it's a really cool book. It's a really cool story, and I really like it. Even the way he ties in why the granddad, he's like, you don't know anything of this. You don't care about this war. Just give me the sword back. And like he gives him the most compelling reason to hold on to that sword, and that's just like awesome character writing. Like there's only 2 ways it goes. Either he knows who he is and he's not angry at everything anymore and he gets one last chance to redeem himself, or he dies by the sword and he gets to go see his wife again, but there's no in between where he's willing to give up that sword and go back to who he had been, and that's incredibly impressive because you sympathize with that.
I thought it was great. I did have the chance, since I had the trade, to read it completely through without stopping, which I feel like helps. I do feel like I probably missed some stuff since I read it straight through, so I probably need to go back and read it again. But since I'm not a big independent guy, I did not have like super high hopes for it. I did hear that it was great, and it is absolutely great. I like the original storytelling in it. That also made it seem very grounded with like the Alzheimer's being in Texas. He has his son and his granddaughter is the one who basically calms him down a lot, which is kind of interesting because like as a parent, you may be kind of upset or something, and then your daughter or your son comes up and says something super cute, and it's really hard to continue to be upset. So I thought that was a really cool way that he was able to capture that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time. You have a bad day at work and you're just like pissed at the world, and you come home, and like as soon as you walk in the door, like they don't care that you had a bad day, you
No,
know?
they're like, "Hi, Daddy."
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah, that's cool. Like they don't even care about my job or that I had a bad day. So
Yep.
yeah, he captures those moments like so well. It's really weird that they come through so well, you know, in like a still format. You know, you expect those moments in a movie, but to pull them off on paper is a whole nother feat.
I thought it was great. I have read Silver Surfer Black. I've not read Thanos Wins. I have read a little bit of Venom, though I did like Absolute Carnage, though I didn't like the way it ended. So I'll definitely say that God Country is probably Kate's best work. But I know that's going to be arguable depending on who you talk to. So I'm excited to hear you talk about it when you finish it. Maybe next week. Because we're gonna have to start going to some throwback issues here pretty soon. Maybe we'll go back and read the very, very first issue of Power Rangers, issue 0, and we'll review that.
That would be fun. Yeah, that's the thing. All these podcasts are talking like no books, so what are they gonna do? I'm like, you know how many back issues there are? Like, this business will continue to move.
I'll be right back. You guys go ahead and keep talking.
It'll be interesting to see though when books stop. You know, are we not going to get anything next week? Or are we still going to have one more shipment, and then there'll be no new comic book day for a while?
I just turned my volume back up. I had the TV muted because I haven't read that story. I didn't want to hear you say anything.
Oh.
What were you guys? You guys were talking about what we're gonna do next week?
No. He was just saying. I guess we'll have to get into some back issues if no books keep coming. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like I'm not sure where we're at on that at this point. Like, are we gonna have books next week at all, or is there one more week and then no more new comics?
I could have swore that I saw something that said their last shipment was going to be April 1st. My comic shop said that they were pretty sure this week was it. So I guess we'll have to see. But I was under the understanding that April 1st was going to be the last time we were going to get something for now. But, if my comic shop's saying that, that they're not expecting anything, then, this maybe is. So, but yeah, I mean, like you said, there's always the opportunity of, it doesn't have to be a new comic book day. It's, live stream chat. It's, what did you read this week? Because we're going to keep reading something, now I'm reading.
There's like 1,000,001 back issues. Yeah.
Right. So, I've never read Secret Wars, and I'm about halfway through it right now. So, I mean, I'd be cool to talk about that, up to the point that I'm at. But yeah, I mean, there's, a lot of people, and I understand. I'm down about it too. But, you can kind of find the silver lining in, this gives you an opportunity to catch up on back issues. If you're not spending money on books for New Comic Book Day, maybe you can, direct that money towards a back issue, maybe a one copy that's, $50-$60, which if you spend that normally a week anyway, then, maybe you can go grab that book that you've been wanting to get, but you haven't really been able to find a way to, put that extra money towards it. So, there's different ways to look at it that will, I think will allow us to bide our time until it comes back. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. I've never read the original Secret Wars. So, I signed up actually about a month ago. I signed up for the Marvel Unlimited app, and that's where I've been reading the Marvel Secret Wars. So I've really been enjoying that. It's been really cool. I'm digging what they did. I like the story so far. It's definitely kept me really interested, and I'm probably going to end up going ahead and picking up all the books minus number 8 until I feel like I can find a copy at a price I'm okay with paying. So, which is
what
I
is
like
Secret
about the
Wars?
apps.
What event was Secret Wars?
So Secret Wars was when the Beyonder took a whole group of supervillains and a whole group of heroes. You had the X-Men, the Avengers. Yeah, so you've seen that
Oh, that's
book.
when the black suit first shows up, right?
Yeah. So they stick. The Beyonder brings them to this planet, and basically it's a fight, and the winner, the
Oh,
Beyonder, will grant
gladiatorial
their
war
wildest
planet.
dreams, basically. So, but it really gets a lot more intense than that, where you've got guys like Magneto, and you've got Doctor Doom, and then you've got wow, how did I just blank out? Galactus. So obviously the three of those guys are not going to be real cohesive. So that's an issue there, and then you have issues with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. So there's issues on both sides within the ranks, but at the same time, they've got to figure out a way to be able to work together in some way so that they can achieve the goal of A, getting off the planet and getting back to reality, and B, there's that promise of the Beyonder granting you basically, whatever your heart desires, the deepest desire of your heart. So,
spoiler alert, Spider-Man is not the first person to wear the black suit.
Oh, no?
Spider-Woman wore in issue 7 of Secret Wars.
Ah, interesting.
So, it is, and it's really weird how he got it on, honestly, in issue 8. So,
I think I'm on issue 5 or 6. I really like the issue where Hulk, issue 4, where the Atom Man, was that what he's called? The Particle Man picks the mountain up and throws it on him, and the Hulk is holding it this whole time. That was really neat.
Oh yeah.
You got some books you want to talk about, Dustin? You said Folklords, and maybe like one other.
So, Once and Future and Folklords, all Boom Studios for me today. Ryan, did you read Folklords yet?
No, I haven't read that one yet.
Okay, well, you don't have to worry about spoilers because, again, I didn't understand enough about it that I think I would be able to spoil it for you to start with. It was a cool issue. There was a lot of things revealed in this issue, but I still feel like it left us with like your brain scrambled because, I feel like up to issue 4, we kind of had an idea of what's going on. And then in issue 4, they kind of just did this and said, all right, now, they just kind of threw a whole monkey wrench in there. And I feel like with this issue, they threw 3 or 4 more in there. It was still really cool. There was some parts in there that I was like, oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. So it's definitely something that I'm going to continue reading because at this point, it is one of my favorite reads, but I'm so interested and so curious as to how this is going to continue on and how it's going to work. And apparently Perry was bringing up the back cover here that the map is getting bigger. So it looks like they're going to continue on. It's going to be an ongoing for a while. But yeah, it was definitely really cool. They did reveal some things to us, and they may have revealed more, and I just didn't catch it. I think what I'm going to do is go back and start with issue 1 and read all the way through issue 5 and see if maybe that will help, because that's what I have to do sometimes. Because even with like this Power Rangers issue, like I'm reading stuff and I'm like, did they even talk about that in the last issue? So I'll grab the last one and just peek through it. So sometimes it's easier for me to go back and read from the beginning on a series that's this small. But yeah, it was really good. I'm still definitely on the train for Folklords.
Yeah, that thing. I mean, like you said, the first like 3-4 of them are really solid, and that starts to get kind of crazy. But it definitely feels like something if probably more bingeable. If you can read it all at once, I think it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And it was probably written that way. But I mean, it's been a fun ride. It's just the farther in you get, the more I'm scratching my head. I thought it was only a 5-issue series in the first place.
Yep. But yeah, it's definitely going to keep going. Absolutely going to keep going, no doubt.
It feels like the boom model right now, because then they do that with Once and Future, where it was like a 6 series, and then they just like ongoing.
Same thing with Something's Killing the Children.
Oh yeah, that one got turned into an ongoing as well.
So, which is cool because like those are probably 3 of my top 5 reads right now.
Something's Killing the Children so good. Oh my god, it never gets worse.
Right.
Like,
you know,
I felt like the drop from the first one to the second one on that one was pretty hard, but once we got to the 3rd issue and on, it just like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so well done.
And what did we get last week? What, issue 6 came out?
Yeah.
So I haven't read it, but I just picked it up, so I'm anxious.
Oh, that's the one where we find out about the House of Slaughter.
Okay. So yeah, I'm excited to read that and get into that one for sure.
I'm sure we have some comic books that we could sell. The last time we tried to do it, dude, we didn't sell like any. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Frustrating for sure. I thought about asking Dustin, do you want to do a Thursday night chat on your channel sometime?
I'm cool with that.
Get Nick on there too, all 4 of us.
I'm good with that. Yeah, we can swap it up.
You're getting pretty close to how many subs I have, so I mean it's pretty relative at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I think
cool. These should just keep getting better now since what's it called? Telecoms technology is about to explode. So live chatting is going to become the way of the future.
Yep.
It really is. It really is. Everyone's doing his Zooms right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one was Once and Future, and I didn't notice the back cover of this until I finished reading it. And had I read this, I would have been so much more excited than I already was, because on the back cover we get the kings are undead. So we know you've been reading this, right, Ryan?
No, I haven't read any of that actually.
Well, the trade just came out for volume 1, man. I'm telling you, you're definitely missing out. Dan Mora is smashing this.
Oh, yeah.
Smashing it. Any of the art in here that makes me angry, when I picked this up and started reading it, I felt so much better immediately.
Yeah. His work on Flaws is flawless too. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, I mean, the artwork, the coloring makes this. I mean, the coloring just makes it. The lettering is, we just had Justin Lynch on last night, who does the lettering for Mad Cave, and we were talking about the importance of lettering. And this guy here, let's see, I'm trying to see, Ed Dukeshire. Ed Dukeshire is doing phenomenal with this book.
He's done all the Power Ranger stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the letter on all the Power Ranger stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Every single Power Rangers book.
Oh, well, right on then. But he's killing it with this one. I love how when he does King Arthur, you know, King Arthur's like an undead, unholy creature in this one. So, you know, his lettering, his word balloons, they have that kind of yellowish, and then, you know, it's just a weird looking bubble. It's really cool. But so they have Galahad is wanting to basically prove himself to Arthur. So he goes to sit on this throne. Arthur's talking about he's got one of his old enemies is going to be rising up soon against him. So Galahad wants to prove himself, and he sits on this big, crazy looking throne here. And it basically starts to just take him over and just really, it looks like eat him, and causes him to start kind of deforming, and it almost turns him into like a zombie looking creature. You see it like tearing his flesh. So that was cool. And then we jump into, you know, back into our normal characters, and, you know, grandma's back, and we see, you know, she's obviously they've just continued on from where they left off. Now they're chasing and killing pixies in the woods, and so it just continues on there. I don't want to give too much away because you haven't read it yet, but I mean, the artwork is really good. I thought that this first issue back for the new story arc was solid, and the big reveal at the end, it was just like I had said in the Top Picks video, where we did get a new villain, and man, I'm so pumped about it. I'm just going to show you. Beowulf.
Oh wow. Nice.
So now we have King Arthur and Beowulf.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to go with this, but man, I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait to see how that goes. And the fact that this issue was the last one we get for who knows how long is killing me. It is absolutely killing me right now. So once in future, issue number 7 knocked it out of the park. Absolutely loved it. So those were my reads.
I've heard nothing but good things on that run.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, I think issue 1, I saw a seventh print of issue 1, but I know it went past 7 printings. But you can pick up issue 1 first print now on eBay for like $8. I've seen it on there recently several times. So
yeah, I think that one's going to end up being overprinted. I think people got a little too hype about it.
Mm-hmm.
They must have done like 25 runs of it or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this one's already optioned or not, but man, this would make an awesome series. Awesome series.
Yeah.
I would say
I'd love
movie,
to see
but
AMC
I feel like we
pick up God Country and do a single like six episode season of that. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they were going to make God Country into a show or a movie, or maybe they already did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure.
if I was going to give it to anybody, I'll give it to AMC, have them do a 6 episode limited series with it and leave it like it is.
I'll tell you something I watched, and it's a little off topic, but not really, because we're talking about series. And this was a book, and it was a movie. But have you guys watched that series of unfortunate events on Netflix? The series, the Lemony Snickets. Did you guys watch the movie?
I saw like the bad one. Yeah, I think it was the movie or whatever. It was like, but then I heard the series that Netflix ran a few years ago was really incredible.
Yeah, they just finished up. It's a 3-season series, and I think the last season just came out recently. But I jumped on it from the beginning. Every time a new season came out, I'd binge it, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done for sure. And
speaking of Netflix, have you guys watched Tiger King?
I saw somebody talking about it, but no.
I've watched the first 5 or 6 episodes. It's legit, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
Off the wall stuff for sure.
His story was on John Oliver did a segment about him once, and then I heard like an NPR This American Life episode about him. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's all like real.
Yeah, and what's crazy is he's not the only tiger person that they show on there. There's 3 others, and they're all 4 of them are nuts, completely nuts.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin one, but all I'm going to say is the only female on there has been accused of killing her husband. He obviously is nuts. He has 2 husbands and he's just weird. And all that. One of the other people, he went to prison for being a drug dealer, and then another one has like 4 or 5 wives. So like all 4 of the people, like the main people that own tigers on the show, they're crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Arturo actually got to meet Johnny Young Bosch, which is awesome. I'm super jealous about that. Let's see here. Green Ranger's awesome to talk to. He has stories to talk about. He can talk about over an hour. Yes, he does have some pretty cool stories. He does like himself quite a bit. I will say that. But he is pretty awesome. So how could you not, right?
Yeah, there was some kind of Hulu series that's going on right now. I guess everybody's on. Some of my guys, we were out riding last Saturday or Sunday.
Little fires everywhere.
Who?
Little fires everywhere.
No, this is more of it sounded like something that was kind of like a really dry comedy. They're Canadians or something like that, I guess. But the guys that I ride bikes with, they were telling me about it, and they showed me a clip of an episode, and I was like, I don't know, I could get into this, man. Like, I watched Trailer Park Boys, but this is just,
Is it Letterkenny?
yeah.
Oh, what? Oh man, that's a great show. It's amazing.
I haven't watched it at all, but they showed me a clip of it, and I was like, I don't know.
Was it the first episode?
What'd you say it's called?
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny. It's the name of the town that they're in.
I knew if somebody said
it's incredible, dude. It is incredible.
Yeah,
it's a comedy based on the banter between the characters,
right?
And they just like bounce it back and forth so fast. Like you have to learn to understand how they speak and everything. But once you get into it, like the banter, just they kill it. They kill it. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I think me and my wife are going to start watching Lock and Key this weekend. So,
well, I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Do you ride motorcycles or mountain bikes?
Hmm.
You said your bikes. Are you talking about motorcycles or mountain bikes? Motorcycles. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Harleys,
I
man.
like mountain bikes, but that's just my kid. So.
I haven't been on a bike. Oh my gosh, I used to stay on a bike all the time. I don't know that I've been on a bicycle, and well, I don't know. There was a while there.
I can't ride a bike in a while. Rolled my ankle pretty good today.
Vacation
sucks. You and Terry should do a live stream, Battle of the Broken Feet.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I haven't been on a bicycle in a long, long time. See, that's the beauty of a Harley. Well, let's see, that's your left foot. So yeah, no, you couldn't ride a Harley either.
Dude, that's awesome, Tori.
Got a shift with that one.
Dude,
Robert Downey Jr., that's cool.
I've never ridden a motorcycle in my entire life.
Yeah,
I did used to have some four-wheelers, so.
Yep, I've been there too. I've had the hunting, utility quads, and I've had the race quads, but there's nothing like being on a bike, man. It's an awesome feeling. Just jump on it and go.
I can guarantee you that Ryan's been on a couple quads in his life. I can just tell just by looking at him being, what? You never been on a four-wheeler before?
No, not really.
What about a motorcycle?
No, I've never rode a motorcycle.
What? I would have thought for sure, being from Texas, that you'd been on a quad.
No. No. I mean, a lot of people around me have, but me myself, no.
Okay.
Tell you what, I get that stimulus check. I'm spending my check on two things: comic books and Harley parts.
Boom. Nice. Yeah, that just got approved last night, I think, or actually this morning. So a couple weeks, everyone's gonna be getting some money.
Woohoo! Put it back in the economy, please.
What's that?
I said, put it back in the economy, please.
Yeah, for real.
Don't put it in a savings account.
Yeah, mine's gonna go into the economy like it's like the
immediately.
Dude, now's the time to buy some stocks, guys. I mean, it's guaranteed to go up. Anything you buy,
it can't go down.
You cannot lose that, no matter what.
Yeah, I've never done stocks. I don't do 401k. I don't do any of that.
Oh, you don't do a 401k?
Nah, man, I'm working till I'm dead. I'm gonna die on the job. Guaranteed.
Dude, yeah, my retirement went down like 13% this past 12 months. So it's got like I don't know, like $3,000 or something like that, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I lost about like 1,500 out of mine. So
it
happens, but it's definitely gonna come back.
Ryan, aren't you a Dragon Ball Z fan?
Yeah.
Vic Mignogna?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I've heard him and Sonny something. I think he did the voice of Krillin. They're both very popular at cons.
You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about before we end it?
So next Thursday, my channel, let's just everybody pick something to read, back issue, something like that. And we'll just get on there and talk about, same thing we're doing now. What have we read this week? So
it'd be nice to be a guest for once, because I'm usually hosting it. So I have to come up with questions and whatnot.
Right.
It'll be a lot nicer to just hang out and just like listen and then answer questions. So
there you go. So yeah, I mean, it can be like a series, if you're reading, if you pick up, like, I know I'm going to be reading some more Secret Wars. I'm going to be catching up and reading some Basket Full of Heads. So I may pick one of those. So just, we'll just pick a book or a series, and, that's what we'll talk about. Everybody can kind of talk about what they're reading. So
yeah. Because who knows what's actually hidden shelves
Power Rangers book.
Do what?
I said, I think we should go back and read an old Power Rangers book. I'm good with whatever. Like, it could be one of those Go-Go's that you've been reading, or it could be something else. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, we'll do like we normally do. We'll work it out through the week, and so next week we'll be live on 2 Brothers Comics.
Is Nick going to join us?
I don't know. I'll see. It's hard for him through the week sometimes, especially like I know last night we had a live stream with one of the Mad Cave creators. So I know that was hard for him to make that work, but because right now him and his wife are both working from home. They have the baby, and she's just now finally getting over these ear infections that she's got. So, but I'll see if he wants to get on. Maybe he'll jump on with us for a few minutes anyway.
That'd be awesome. All right, Ryan and Dustin. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and say goodbye first, and then we'll do Dustin and then me.
Hey, check me out on Instagram under Nuexguy, Nuexguy. I don't know. There's a lot of craziness in the world right now. I'm not really sure what the future looks like exactly, so I'm just kind of winging it one day at a time right now, and that's going pretty well. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Check me out on Instagram and see what I'm posting up every day.
Is that a Hakuna Matata shirt? Because if so, I have the exact same one.
Oh yeah.
We should wear that next week.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a good shirt. It's comfortable and it looks cool.
All right, Dustin.
All right, guys. So I'm trying to think what we have going on right now. We're getting real close to our 750 subscriber giveaway ending. It ends at the end of March. So if you guys haven't checked that out, jump over to our channel and check that video out so you can see how to enter into that. This Saturday, we're going to have the creator of Savage Bastards, another Mad Cave title, on with us at, I believe, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can check that out. The biggest thing I wanted to say is during this time where maybe you're not going to be able to get to a comic shop, if there's books that you're missing out on this week, just shoot me a message in Instagram, because I'm going to keep going to shops, and if there's something you're looking for, as long as you're willing to pay for the books and pay for the shipping, I'm willing to pick the books up for you if they have them. So just hit us up and let us know. I've still got all kind of shops around me that are open, and I have no problem taking care of running around and trying to find books for you guys if you're not able to get to a shop to get them. I've got stacks that I'm sending out that I picked up yesterday. So be checking out our Instagram. I may go live when I go into shops, and if you guys see something you want, like I said, I'll send you an invoice for the books and the shipping. You guys pay that, and I'll send you the books. Other than that, collect your way and stay cool, man.
Collect your way. Did you like that one? Did you see that, or was that Nick that commented on my video?
Oh yeah, that was me.
Okay,
yep.
All right. I thought it was pretty good. I was like,
yeah. Yep. I as soon as I saw that, I commented immediately. That was cool, man.
Yeah. Ryan, Dustin, I appreciate you guys for joining me as always. We had a great time. If you guys haven't joined yet my 700 and 800 subscriber giveaway yet, please make sure you go over to my 700, 800 subscriber giveaway video. I'm giving away this bad boy. It is a Deathstroke 33 Matina variant 9.6 beautiful book. So make sure you enter. You have until April 11th And again, I thank everyone for joining us tonight. We had a great time. Thank you, Dustin and Ryan, as always. And remember, be safe. And yeah, Tori, thanks for joining us, brother. And remember,